McKee also will have the inch in height at 5'7". Both fighters having no issues on the scale, tipping inside the confines of 135 pounds. McKee with that 1 pound over at 136. Hector Ferral at 0.5. Ferral with a record of 8-2. A little bit less tread on the other side with Mitch McKee, a record of 7-0. With that, we'll kick it back inside to our man, Garrett Fertig.
Now, from the Red Rock Casino Resort, streaming live on SpectationSports.com, the time has come for the main event of Borroka Promotions, where champions rise. Presented by Killcliff Energy Drinks, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. We introduce first the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing 135 1/2 pounds. On a 2-fight win streak, his professional record stands at 8 wins, just 2 losses, with 4 of his 8 wins coming by knockout, 2 by submission. Representing Ragnarok MMA from Juarez, Mexico, Hector Ferral. And now introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, his official weight 136 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Borroka cage undefeated, with 7 professional victories, no defeats. 5 of his 7 wins coming by stoppage. Representing Killcliff from St. Michael, Minnesota, merciless Mitch McKee. Your referee for our main event, Chris Tione.
Perfect pro record on the line for Mitch McKee, who sports the red glove. Seasoned vet Hector Ferral counters in the blue. This main event is brought to you by Killcliff Energy Drinks, formulated to deliver energy, hydration, focus, and recovery without the crash. Shop your favorite drink now at killcliff.com. Chris Tione in as the official for this one. Final assignment for him in this main event at 135 pounds. Mitch McKee, again 7-0. Second walk in the second half of 2024 as he immediately gets in to his bread and butter, which is the grappling. Schmo.
Hector Ferral shoots for the inside kick, and right away, merciless Mitch McKee capitalizes and takes the man down.
McKee, an All-American at the University of Minnesota, 91-42 in his 4 years, also a 4-time NCAA tournament qualifier from 2017 to 2020.
And just the threat of the takedown and the level changes, he's already able to land that right hand early in this fight. A really good sign for Mitch McKee.
That lead left hook is the one that turned off the lights in his last bout in 39 seconds, as explosive as can be, scoring another takedown.
Fast hands and even faster ability to take his opponent down. Very impressive early on for merciless Mitch McKee.
Taxing grappling already being shown by the undefeated fighter out of Killcliff FC. Any position Ferral goes to, McKee ends up on top. That has been the trend throughout the entirety of his professional career. 7 fights deep and looking to make it 8-0 here tonight.
Already flattening out Hector Ferral against the canvas right here. Just very, very heavy when he's on top. Good top control. Let's see what his offense can bring.
Ferral looking to put something together on the bottom, hooking that left leg of McKee, but still buried down by the weight of the Minnesota grappler.
McKee doing a good job of trying to evade. And now he's got that elbow digging deep in the chin. But again, Hector Ferral doing a good job of just limiting the damage from this bottom position, getting that underhook in right over there.
able to mute any sort of dominant ground and pound from McKee early on. And that might be the game plan early on, is just don't let him get to his spots. McKee trying to find his way to get there right now as he's looking to wrap around the neck. Now moves his head back up top to possibly move up the body a little bit. Mitch McKee making it uncomfortable, pushing his head under the chin of Ferral.
Trying to land the short elbows right there. But Hector Ferral doing a good job of just putting pressure on the back of the neck of McKee to keep him close so we can rein in a bunch of that offense, McKee that is, from being in this top position. You got Mitch McKee's corner asking him to get that arm free, that right arm free, so we can start pushing, start punching.
A star-studded corner like you mentioned earlier on, Schmo. A couple of high-level world champions in the corner of Mitch McKee. They believe he could follow in their footsteps as he throws a couple of bruising shots to Ferral that push back the head.
Yeah, doing a good job landing with that left hand right now is Mitch McKee. Unanswered headshots right there.
McKee stapling the head into the canvas. 35 seconds to work. Chris Tione as close as can be as McKee starts to tee off. Just heard Robbie Lawler say, crushing his face, yep, that's what we want. A bruising grappler in every facet of his game. Mitch McKee now sitting in the guard of Ferral.
Yeah, just doing a good job. Heavy with the pressure, finding his shots where it made sense. Nothing of too much significant damage landed there in the round, but nonetheless a dominant 10-9 from Mitch McKee.
Mitch McKee, not a first-round finish like last time, but still showing off in every way that he can. He's got a couple wins by decision on top of his 5 KO and TKO victories. But like we have seen, he was a minus 2,500 favorite coming into tonight. We see why with that first round.
Certainly. Was able to take him down at will, showing he's not afraid to throw hands early on in the fight, because that's how he got the respect of his opponent, Hector Ferral.
Ferral hands up in the air, trying to get the blood circulating as much as possible. Maybe staying fresh might be the game plan for Ferral, a jiu-jitsu purple belt. He has never been finished in his career. His only 2 losses have been by decision, most recently February of 2022.
Going for the inside leg kick right there is Hector Ferral. Nice high kick in response from merciless Mitch McKee.
McKee punching out that jab. And
Good.
Now a piston of a right hand lands for Merciless as well.
Very good right hand right there, and then the level changing again. He's got his opponent Hector Ferral thinking a lot.
McKee able to get out of the way of Ferral's onslaught of offense. Vicious lead punch uppercut thrown by McKee.
Yeah, Ferral's got to find a way to get success and move his opponent off onto his back foot. Land with that that leg kicks. Land with the body. Gain some confidence. Get some respect out of your opponent.
Ferral scoring a couple of jabs. McKee answers back with his own. A little bit more sauce on that one versus his oppositions. Able to mask it from the striking to the grappling, and Mitch McKee gets back home with another takedown scored.
He's so quick and sharp with those takedown attempts. And obviously he's gaining the respect of his opponent. And so that level change is so effective.
Mitch McKee, 4 minutes and 18 seconds of control time in round one. Now starting to pour it on here, north of 20 seconds with 3 minutes to go.
Just very one-sided statistically from the offensive output in this fight, that being in favor for Mitch McKee.
28-5 in strikes thrown, 3 for 3 on takedowns as well. One-way traffic in favor of Kill Cliff FC right now.
And to his credit, Ferrall's doing a good job trapping that right leg of merciless Mitch McKee so he can't step it over to put him into a full mount right here. But it just seems that he's in a lot of a defensive position right here, just doing what he can to survive as McKee operates what he can.
Working his way up, seems to maybe have a grasp on the neck. Ferral trying to shake his way out as they'll scramble back up to the feet. Mitch McKee perfectly times that overhand right as Ferral went to throw one of his own. And he said it earlier this week, but he feels like he's starting to become more than just a one-shaded grappler. He's able to mix in the striking better than he has in the past. We saw it in his last fight. We're seeing it a lot more here tonight, Schmo.
And you could see Ferral respecting the power in the hands of McKee too, doing a really good job switching it up. And I just think it just sets up his takedowns that much easier when you got the respect of your opponent with your hand standing.
And so often people talk about the difference between MMA wrestling versus any sort of folk style or freestyle wrestling. That being said, Mitch McKee has made a perfect transition from the wrestling world over to the MMA world. We saw a lot of that with Forrest Molinari. Mitch McKee has that dialed in, maybe even more.
That's right, and just like Forrest too, not having that amateur background, just going right in the weeds, right in the fire, as a professional in this sport of mixed martial arts. He's got heavy hands. As he continues to develop in this sport and continues to work his hands, and he mixes in with that takedowns, it makes him a very dangerous fighter as he progresses throughout his career. And that's why he's a main event fighter this early on, 8 fights in.
Mitch McKee was on the 2021 Olympic trial circuit, did not throw a punch until 2021, and as we mentioned, growing his skill set day by day, it seems like. Round 2 ground control time now in favor of McKee. 2 minutes and nearly 30 seconds for him with 10 ticks to go in round 2.
Just dominant fashion as this fight progresses right here. The writing's on the wall as we go into round 3. Hector Ferral needs to go for broke and do whatever it takes to find a finish if he wants to come out on top and spoil the evening of Mitch McKee.
4 for 4 right now on takedowns is Mitch McKee, and Schmo, they're not just coming from him bullying his way into them. They are perfectly timed. They are at the right moment at any given exchange in this fight. As we see here, the overhand right lands as well.
Very, very well timed. He's got the respect. He's able to shoot and get him right in for the takedown, well timed. And that's because his hands are working. An all-around game on display this evening. And you can see right now Hector Ferral's corner having him keep his hands up, trying to get the blood flow in because he is exhausted, doing whatever he can to find upper underhooks and to keep his opponent from this continuous pressure and smothering on top.
Hector Ferral, back-to-back decision wins for him. He's gone the full time in his last 4 fights. Right now has a lot of work to make up for with Mitch McKee clearly the lead man in this final frame in our main event. Ferral opens up with a head kick, unable to infiltrate the guard of McKee.
Hands in great position right there for McKee. Was able to see that.
Starting to feint a little bit. High-level move by McKee, a guy who's only been training now, Schmo, for 3 years in terms of mixing it all up. Might sound like a broken record, but he is so impressive given that short time frame in which he has been able to build up to the fighter that he is.
And you can see the improvement, too, in just a short amount of time in his fights on the feet. We all know the wrestling's there, but for him to have the confidence and walk down a guy with the experience of Hector Ferral and to totally mix it in and to stand and trade, that shows the growth of him at such a young juncture of his career as he slams him down on cue for another takedown here in round 3.
The overwhelming grappling won't be denied by Mitch McKee. That is now 5 for 5 for him with 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in round 3. And Schmo, we are seeing a little bit more urgency now, trying to climb up that fence, punching his way out, looking for an opportunity to get this thing back to the feet where he might have just a little bit more success.
That's the case, and right on cue, partner. He's got this fight standing. Can he separate from the clinch right now and bring this fight to the center of the cage where he has his best opportunity to strike with him and do some damage? Here we go.
Ferral garnering up anything he can in order to get back up to his feet where he's had slightly more success, but McKee wants to get right back at home with another takedown landed. Keeping score at home, Schmo, 6 for 6.
There it is. Very well even, too. 2 in each round so far.
And historically, when we're talking about Hector Ferral, he hops right back up, but has not been met by the standard of grappling that is Mitch McKee, as once again, north of a minute now of round 3 ground control time.
Oh, the slam.
Able to pick him up, Mitch McKee, giving something for the fans to talk about on their ride home.
Not the full Quentin Rampage Jackson powerbomb slam, but we'll take a little halvesy here in the main event tonight.
Quick scramble to the front headlock is Mitch McKee. 2 minutes to work. Right now, everything going in his favor, but Hector Ferral trying to find a wide open window in which to capitalize. And now makes his way to the top for the first time.
There we go. Let's see what he could do.
McKee immediately begins to combat Ferral, trying to get back up, but in the center of the cage, not a lot of opportunity, but he still finds a way. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining, round 3. Now wobbled a bit is McKee. Hector Ferral starting to find some opportunity.
Best moments of the fight so far for Ferral right here. Walking him down, able to land those combinations. Got the attention of McKee with those strikes. Flying knee attempt, but there it is. McKee catches it in a very familiar position.
Had the crowd in the palm of their hands. Hector Ferral bringing the fight in the final minutes here, but Mitch McKee trying to ride this one out, aiming for 8-0.
.30 seconds left of this one, partner. Here we are in the clinch up against the cage.
And Schmo, Hector Ferral really has had a lot of success in the second half of this round. We saw McKee get wobbled a little bit by some of the striking of Ferral, not to mention the flying knee that he threw. Mitch McKee just a little bit too far ahead in this one in the final 10 seconds as Ferral swings for the fences.
That's right, just a little too late to be offensive like that, to have that success. Like we mentioned, he was taking him down in all 3 rounds. That was McKee. He found a lot of success this fight.
6 for 7 on takedown attempts, 86% success rate for him. Not to mention Mitch McKee does outstrike Ferral 41-33. That all being said, it seems as though the record will stay unscathed, but we got to give it up to the scorecards. Round 3 was competitive, though. I will say that.
Absolutely. Round 3 was competitive. Could still see the judges scoring it overall for McKee. But again, we know how this is. Every single round is scored individually, and by all accounts, the first 2 rounds were all Mitch McKee.
Mitch McKee, big-time name in the regional game, up and coming. Headlines here at Borroka MMA alongside seasoned veteran Hector Ferral. And we will see how things roll credits in this final fight of the evening. That all being said, quite the night. Israel Galvan coming away with a win, not to mention Forrest Molinari dominating in her debut. Jasmine Montoya had Floyd Mayweather standing up cage side as well. Has been a whole lot of fun, but we still have one more fight to make official. Seems as though scorecards are ready. Tyone bringing the fighters to the center of the cage. Final time tonight, we'll kick it over to Garrett Fertig.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time tonight of Borroka Promotions, we go to your 3 judges at cage side for the decision. Your first judge, Mike Bell, sees it 29-28, while judges Adelaide Bird and Chris Flores see it 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision, merciless Mitch McKee.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner and still undefeated, merciless Mitch McKee. You're able to have 2 takedowns in each and every round. How do you feel about your performance this evening?
I feel okay about it. I feel like I didn't put on the performance I came out to put on, but at the end of the day, I got my hand raised, so that's all you can ask for sometimes.
What were the biggest challenges that your opponent gave you tonight inside the cage, that you weren't able to do the things that you came here that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as far as the cage was a little bit slippery, so some positions just were a little harder to do certain things because your foot or knee would slip out. But as far as what he did, he was good at staying in safe positions. You know, when I got to half guard, keeping me tight to him, not letting me posture up to land any strikes. And I mean, I thought at the end of the first there I was going to get him out of there, but he's also, he's just tough too. So it's just the way it goes.
You were able to throw the hands, level change, be dominant with the top control. How soon would you like to get back in there?
I mean, I'm looking to fight whenever right now. I feel like with my coaches, I've been getting really well-rounded where I can feel like I can strike, I can wrestle, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is. I got all the tools now, and I'm really starting to put them together. So anytime in the near future, I'm ready.
Third main event, congratulations to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to your winner, merciless Mitch McKee.
Mitch McKee still 8-0, undefeated up to this point. Didn't necessarily love what he put on in terms of the performance, but still gets the job done alongside so many at Kill Cliff who believe that he is one of the next big names in this sport. What a fun night we have had here at Borroka 1 at Red Rock Casino Resort. It has been an incredible show. Again, so many on the